Dear Teroxx community, welcome to our weekly crypto news and market update video, and today we will talk about the sell-offs, but as well we will talk about some positive news. And the difficulty is at an all-time high, even when the prices are going down and the hash rate as well is on top. So fundamental view on this market, it's strong, it's bullish. Chart-wise, it's quite negative, but what we can see is we're having a mining difficulty of 26.643 trillion and a hash rate of 119.71 exahashes per second. Taking a look on this picture, you can see the difficulty starting with 2009 to today, that this always went up and up, and now hitting a new all-time high. It went down in summer month last year due to this Chinese topic with the government. People went from China to other countries, so they needed to switch off their mining rigs and needed to build them up somewhere else again. So this took time, but now fundamental wise it's very strong when it comes to Bitcoin, and as well it's expected that in 12 days it as well be a little higher. So this is quite interesting that here as well, fundamental wise, the market is super strong. And the last 4 days, F2 pool has been the highest contributor with 88 Bitcoin blocks, followed by Poolin with 76. And as well, this is quite interesting, the average fee per transaction was just $1.58. And in April, so not 1 year ago, it was nearly $63. So quite impressive how the fees went down and how strong the network is again. And this as well is symbolizing that we are not paying high fees for the transaction, which is quite good. And coming now to the negative point of price fluctuations, it is that cryptos are tops among the risky and maybe even speculative investments. And if risk assets decline, of course it's, for example, helping the Fed's inflation fight. But becoming a global reserve asset, Bitcoin may be a primary beneficiary in that scenario for the future. So what stated over here is that even if everything is going down little at the moment, long-term view should be very positive for this asset class. The SEC rejects the next spot Bitcoin ETF by Skybridge as saying we can't approve this. So this is the next after as well FunX and Wisdom Trees ETF were rejected, and the reason why is quite interesting, and I personally can understand this. The New York Stock Exchange Arca used a 10 million market order example to claim that buying and selling large amounts of Bitcoin would have an insignificant market impact. And this is quite interesting due to a 10 million market is nothing really that is representative. Due to Tesla alone just bought Bitcoin worth 1.5 billion. And they said this is as well an example of that even if companies are buying high amounts, that there is just a need for a different investment vehicle. So this is quite interesting due to the SEC then said, okay, Tesla showed you that they don't need another vehicle, and a 10 million market compared to a market worth more than 2 trillion in the last weeks is quite interesting, and it's not really representative. So they said, no, we can't approve this. ProShares and Valkyrie are the future BTC ETF that are approved. And now everything is taking a look on Grayscale if they are getting approved or not. Tom Brady, the football star, having an own NFT platform. It's called Autograph, and they raises another 170 million to scale operations. Quite interesting that here high risk investors like Horowitz is on board over here, and now a new money for this platform. Autograph as well wants to push the mainstream adoption of cryptocurrencies and NFTs, and is as well focusing on sports and entertainment. This is why as well Tom Brady is on board over here, and since the launch in August 2021 has Autograph partnered with major names in sports entertainment for NFT collections. In December, for example, Brady dropped a series of digital collectibles representing moments from his football career. So fans should be really close to the stars over here pushing NFTs, and this in my opinion is quite an interesting number due to 170 million after this NFT hype that is already went through the market is quite impressive. Taking a look on stocks today, everything is in the red. So you can see 3, 4, 8, 2% down. So quite a negative market worldwide. And this we can see in the 7-day performance of the digital assets as well. Everything is down 2 digits between 20 and 40%. As well, the market cap went from around 2.04 trillion down to 1.5. So here as well, a negative trend of 500 billion in a week, representing this 20 to 30% drop. And taking a look on Bitcoin last week, it's easy to see what happened over here. It was a large sell-off. So first of all, we had resistance built at around 43,300 or near to 44k. And this is the resistance where everything started to decline. This as well was a resistance we touched a few days before. From this point onwards, the market just went sideways with low volatility. All in all, if you can see over here, this was the max volatility of the last 7 days before the sell-off started, and this was the max volatility of around 5%. So really, for this asset class, it's nothing so quite interesting that we needed a breakout to the top or to the downside sooner or later. You saw all the stuff in the international world markets that everything tends to going down. As well, there are multiple reasons why. For example, that the interest rates should be higher in the US sooner or later, and of course this is not good for investments. But then the market and the world markets as well went down. Tech shares as well always correlated to Bitcoin and digital assets, and then the market saw such a big sell-off, how you can see from the highest to the lowest point of around 24%. Bitcoin then managed to get some chill for a moment after this first sell-off, and then started a small uptrend, built a resistance at around 36k. So this uptrend as well was just an uptrend of around 6% after such a decline. This is no huge volatility, and so the market is now based on a date range in a negative mood for around 3 to 4 days. And so the whole weekend was not very bullish, how you can see over here. And then starting with Monday, the next sell-off happened, and it seems that here could be a first support found at around 33k, and then the market is pushing upwards. But how you can see in this 1 hour chart as well, with the first resistance, the former support is now getting a hard fight. So let's see where this will end today. But for the moment, how you can see sell-offs. And when taking a look on the 1-day chart, why this is interesting is that we're having a deep support down here near 30k that we had from the summer month sell-offs. So quite interesting as well over here that we are having a deep support over here that should not be broken to the downside. If we further breaking down, 30k should help as a major support, fundamental and chart wise, to then be strong enough to gain a little. If this is not possible, the markets could even going a little lower. So taking a look on 30k is the next step. What would be perfect, of course, is if the market is not tumbling down direction 30k, but maybe starting an uptrend to 40k very soon again once the market are stabilizing. But for the moment, bearish week, all we could do is shorting the market, but long positions were not very successful, or wouldn't have been successful if you would have opened them a lot. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked this video. If you do so, I would love you to comment, like or share this video, and we will hear us next time when it comes to a weekly crypto news and market update provided by Teroxx.